Oh, and we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of The Extra Point. Bill Culture in the house. First Lady of Sports, Tasha T. Sizzle, in the house. Now, we see the curtains, but we don't know if this is a elaborate green screen. So, Tasha, where are you today?
Not the elaborate green screen. Y'all, I'm at home, but your girl is under the weather. And when I say under the weather,
Really?
I mean under the weather. So if y'all hear me a little too much, or if I excuse myself, but I got the usual household remedies. I got,
What you
got my
got?
Kleenex tissue here. This is the antiviral. Because folks is
Okay.
nasty. But I still
Okay.
blow my nose and wash my hands.
No, that is true.
I got one of my all-time favorites, the salve. Can't go wrong. I got some on my. Y'all see this glisten right here? It's because of that big salve.
I thought it was the stripper spray.
Not the glitter.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Got me a
Tasha,
bag of Ricolas.
okay, Ricola.
Wait a minute. I even got. Wait a minute. Where my haul? I got 3 or 4 halls over there.
Okay. Where's the oats?
So what?
I actually had the oats in the pre-roll. So no, that Theraflu is the one that jumps
The
off.
Dominican Theraflu.
Yeah.
The girl got some Mucinex or a regional facsimile thereof, and you can't go wrong with good old-fashioned water.
You got CVS on lock. Good morning, Farrah. She says she's driving down the street.
Careful, Farrah, driving out there.
Right. You be careful driving out here, So Tasha's gonna do her best MJ flu game performance. You all know what he did up in the state of Utah when he had the flu. So we're gonna move through this quickly so we can get Tasha back on the road to recovery. Let's kick things off with the biggest story of the week. Your Dallas Cowboys have pulled off a huge. Well, it's America's team. So, well, you're not American anymore. So, okay. Our Dallas Cowboys have pulled off a massive post-draft trade, securing the services of wide receiver George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for it's a 2026 third-round pick and a 2027 fifth-round pick. The Cowboys get their receiver as well as a 2027 sixth-round pick. Lots to unpack here, Tasha, but I think that this will be a perfect time for you to give a formal apology to Jerry Orenthal Jones. The floor is yours.
Who? Apologize for what?
Well, a plethora of reasons, but most importantly, apologize for accusing this man of not being all in to win the championship. Because this move puts Dallas ahead of everybody in the NFC. So, Tasha,
I'm supposed to give him credit for going out to get Michael Irvin minus the cocaine? AB?
Are we sure there's a minus of cocaine there? Are we sure?
AB Jr., I'm supposed to applaud him. You already took a lit bomb and put it into place with bombs over Baghdad, with alcohol and women and cesspool that's going on, and you think I'm supposed to give y'all a round of applause?
Tasha, for the people who don't know, George Pickens has been a staple on Tasha's fantasy teams since entering the league. Now that he's done in the Star, all of a sudden he's a problem child.
He's always been a problem child. How many times was I cussing because he didn't do something, or he just wasn't in and I didn't get no points because of something he did? The boy is talented. We can't take away from that.
He is.
But what do we always say? It's about your mental game. And a lot of these players do not have their mental game where it needs to be. I don't know if it's the limelight. I don't know if it's the new money. I don't know if it's the pressure. I don't know what it is. But I did see an interview where him and Glorilla actually sat down together. Because, Glorilla is a big Steelers fan. He seemed so calm. And it was like Glorilla was the one that was going off the rails. But he was like holding it in. So that lets me know that he can control himself. But what is it about him that is something going on that the Steelers was like, yeah, we can get rid of this guy with that much talent? And I always said, just like with Luka, we had that back and forth, and everybody thought it was stupid to get rid of Luka, but everybody owes Nico an apology because he's where's the spoon? So it has to be something going on when you have organizations who are willing to part with high quality or high caliber talent. It's something else going on that we don't know. And maybe
so maybe what? Go ahead and finish that thought.
I mean, I always say Dallas is the place where players literally go to act a damn fool. And this being in Dallas will really show and tell if he gonna act a damn fool or not. Because what is he gonna do when he thinks he's supposed to be getting wide receiver one passes? And we all know Sedarian DeLeon Lamb is the number one down there, and it's gonna be the number one for a few years.
Unquestioned. Well, as long as he's done it at 88, he's going to be number one. Once he got that jersey, that was a wrap. So, okay, a lot to unpack there with what you said. Let's start with the Cowboys side of things. Does this move them up your power rankings in their own division? Does this put them ahead of Washington or the Eagles?
No, because even as much as you like to say I hate on the Cowboys, I'm sorry, y'all, I have a cough drop in my mouth.
You do, but keep going.
Cowboys year after year have been playoff caliber teams. They just don't put it together for whatever reason. Either the offense is offensive and the defense ain't working, or either the defense is defensive and then you have a botched coaching play or a botched play by Dak, or Dak does what Dak usually does and throws some interceptions or something. No clanger slander, however.
Unless you do it, but keep going.
However, I've never not thought that the Cowboys were not playoff caliber teams, and they should be advancing further. I don't think Pickens is going to be the thing that gets them over the hump, because I think there's something else going on. Dallas has always been in the mix, but it's just when it's time to them perform, they nut up.
All those are factual statements. However, I will say that after last year, I think that there's a renewed sense of urgency for Jerry Jones. And for him to go out and make this move post-trade, I think it's a huge move for the Cowboys. We were kind of kicking around the idea of where this duo of Pickens and Lamb rank among the league's elite top fives. And just sitting here just looking at some of the top five duos or the best duos in the NFL, I have them top three, Tasha. And let me know what you think about this list. So number one, I got Chase and Higgins. I got them as number one. Number two, I got the championship duo, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Number three, I have Lamb and Pickens. And then four, I have Jefferson and Addison in Minnesota. Five, Puka Nacua and Adams in L.A.
I'm not going to even put Puka Nacua and Adams on that list right now because Puka wasn't Puka last year. And I don't know if I'm not a fan
a lot last year.
And I'm not a fan of Devontae Adams because I just don't like where he be out here chasing bleeps. But
stop it.
Like a gal. That's what he doing. He out here chasing dudes. Like, I don't like that. Jefferson and Addison, I don't know. Because we know Jefferson is really pretty much carrying that load, but Adams, oh my God.
CD is on par with, if not better than Justin Jefferson, in my opinion.
He is. So that's the thing. It's the CD and the Justin Jefferson thing, because Pickens, I'm going to put them below Addison and Jefferson because of Pickens' inconsistency.
Okay, that's fair. So you're saying that can we put a game value on this? So you're saying, are they back in playoff contention? Is this like this? Is this going to be a net negative?
And it's not. They were not. Oh, we're one player away. It's an organization away. Just like the GM at for the Steelers, he knew David Mugaletta's name, but Jerry act like he didn't. You see what I'm saying? Pettiness. It's an organizational thing that is preventing the Cowboys from being where they need to be. I don't think it's talent-wise.
Tasha, let me just go ahead and put this out here right now so y'all can bookmark this. The Cowboys are going back to the NFC Championship game this year off the strength of this move.
That's a lie.
we shored up the offensive line in the offseason and in the draft. We got Cordon Bleu, a.k.a. Blue Cheese, running back from Texas. He's going to help tote the rock. We picked up some bargain basement dented can type of ancillary pieces as far as the run game concerned. But the biggest part is we got Big Klanger himself coming back. We got Dak Prescott coming back healthy. I think he's married now, or if it's not, he's engaged now. He's got his money right. He's got his family life right. He's rocking and rolling. You bring in a George Pickens who will never see a double team. Yes, Farrer. Here I go. Don't. Yeah, here I go.
Right.
Here I go. The Cowboys have a legit number 2 who has some dog in him, something that you've always lamented the Cowboys with an absence of, Tasha T. Sizzle. So you got a dog in there on offense to match our boy 11 from heaven on defense. He's going to fight. He's not going to block if he goes too many times without the ball, but he is spectacular, and he's going to be in a pass-happy offense that's going to be more of a strength. So I don't see any reason on God's green earth for him to be unhappy. And since we're giving out apologies, Tasha, you owe me one as well.
I don't owe you an apology for nothing.
Yes, you do. You owe me an apology, and I'm going to tell you why. We've been friends for over 30 years. Ride or die. Like corpse.
Literally almost died driving down the interstate because somebody said they was familiar with the street. And then all of a sudden you hear the
that was Farrah's fault. They served them strong ass drinks and took us to the garage. But I digress. When you go in Farrah's garage, you're about to have a good time. I digress. Good morning, Jody in the house. Check out Against the Grain Sports right after this. Good morning, beautiful Melanie Taylor in the house.
Melanie, how is Peaches doing, Melanie?
And while she tells you how Peaches is doing, let me tell you how she's a bad friend. So I get the news that the Cowboys land Pickens. I'm on cloud 9 because I know we going back to the ship. It's circa 1995 around the city of Dallas. What does Tasha do? Instead of supporting and saying I'm happy for y'all, she sends me meme after meme after meme of how my quarterback is going to get his ass whooped when the new receiver don't get any targets. Tasha, you can apologize to me now or in the shout outs. What we gonna do?
There's no apology. Here we go.
No, don't pull
that meme where that Pittsburgh Pirates security guard was beating the shit out that man with that belt because he spit on him. That's what Pickens gonna do to Dak because he think he the number one. He gonna beat him with the belt buckle like Pootie Tang, tippy towel. That's what he gonna do. That's what's gonna happen.
No, see, look, now now you riling up the Cowboy haters, but let me let y'all in on a little secret. You do know that 2 years ago, before Dak hurt his hamstring, tore it off the bone last year, that the Cowboys led the league in scoring. Okay.
But again, you're making excuses and you're trying to put it on the players. It's not the players. It's the reason why the Cowboys cannot advance. It is the organization. And I don't understand why you don't get that.
No, I don't understand why you don't understand.
I don't think Pickens necessarily makes a difference because you were still getting the ball to CD. And what's the guy they traded to Tennessee? No, that's traded to New Orleans.
Brandon Cooks or whatever. He ain't nobody. I mean,
but he gave me some good fantasy numbers. He was doing what he needed to do.
Well, what you need to do is apologize right now.
I would not.
So instead of being happy for me, you send over all of this stuff to invoke fear. That's called fear mongering in politics. That's called fear mongering.
Okay.
And I think that was very.
I call it truth telling.
I woke up this morning, y'all, to a brother getting beat with a belt, saying that's going to be my quarterback, and it's shade because her 49ers. This ain't a 49er show.
First of all,
this ain't a 49. Good morning, Denise.
It's not gonna be no 49er slander because we ain't.
Oh no, it's gonna be some 49er slander. We just gonna wait till them games unfold because you could surely use a George Pickens out there in the Yay area. Is that true?
We got him. We got him. Pretty Ricky and Brandon IU gonna be all right.
Now, Pretty Ricky didn't give up his chain after getting shot in the chest, so so he got dog in him. I'm not with that. All right, so since I'm obviously not going to get an apology today, and neither is Jerry Orenthal Jones. Look, all he did was try to see what the crowd was doing back in the 60s. He didn't know what was going on.
Oh, he knew what was going on.
He was just peeking over his friend's shoulder. He didn't know who was standing over.
He knew what was going on. That's when he was Gerald. Yeah, he knew what was going on.
Okay. So let's go over to your boy, Coach SpongeBob. Coach, keep a job, as you like to so eloquently describe him. Let's go to the Pittsburgh side. Now, the Steelers are now without their top 2 quarterbacks, their top running back, and their top receiver from a year ago. And need I remind you, ladies and gentlemen, this was a season where Pittsburgh ended on a 5-game losing streak. Let's keep with the streak thing, Tasha. Is Tomlin's streak in danger?
Hell yeah, it's in danger. And I sent it to my daughter.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said, hell yeah. And I sent it to my daughter. My daughter's a Steelers fan because her father's a Steelers fan. I said,
Tasha, you're in Nashville. What's going on?
I said, if they wanted to fire him, they should have just fired him last season. They trying to give you, this is our cause, our reason for firing him. Because we're going to take away everything he got and make him go out here and coach a team with no offensive line, no quarterback, and a high-priced receiver. And a bona fide defense. Top 5 defense. Top 3 defense.
Tasha?
They setting him up.
That offense, the last month of the year, when Russell turned back into a pumpkin, that offense was putrid.
Bippity boppity boo on your ass. That's what happened.
Tasha, that offense was putrid. The fact that y'all passed on Shador 5 times a couple of weeks ago. You're not serious. You're sitting around waiting on a 70-year-old Aaron Rodgers to come and save you. Tasha, if you're Aaron Rodgers, do you even want to take this gig now?
Aaron Rodgers needs to take whatever the hell somebody gives him. Let's just start there, because the product that you put out on the field last year was not that good. And no, I do think he came back
toward the end of the year. It was decent toward the end.
That was decent, but I think he came back too early from that surgery, just like a Kirk and the Cousins did.
Yeah.
To go out there and do something.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to lose their jobs. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I don't like him.
See what I'm talking about? See, you done woke up all your goons. And she's saying they're acting like Dallas. No, the Cowboys are on the way up. Stiana, you know this. You know the Cowboys are going to be back in the Super Bowl, and y'all are all invited to stay with the kid. I might go get a big Airbnb for the parade. Y'all are all invited. Come on down. Bring the boys with you. Hell, we can send him over to the Star in Frisco, and he might get a rookie deal. Elisha's a lot more athletic than some of them cats we saw out there.
That'll be the only way I wear the Star, is if nephew got it on.
Wouldn't he be a great Cowboy?
But my Star,
I hate to just see it.
My Star would have to be red, though. I'm sorry.
Just a disrespect. Now, Pickens ain't going to make a difference because the Cowboys destroy themselves. Lies.
That is my point. That it is an organizational sabotage.
Jerry Jones deserves an apology from Farrah, Stiana. I hadn't heard. Who else in here got smoked? Now, she's talking about some stop it. No, I mean this, Stiana. This is wrong. Now, we sat there and cheered when you put 20 on Tiffany Woosley's head. And I'll never let you forget that because that was epic. They had her crowned as the new Caitlin Clark, and you put 20 on her out in North Nashville. All right? Now, I done forgave you, bruh. See, wait a minute. Let's see. Right, the only way you get me in a Cowboys jersey, it better have Fernandez on the back. What's the hate for? What's the hate for? I think it's fear.
No, I think what you smelling is bullshit that's coming up from the Star in AT&T Stadium with the worst Wi-Fi on earth.
Y'all may see that on the reel on Monday. I'm just saying. Just stay tuned. Look, Pittsburgh. What happens? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Well, see, Jody's coming with some receipts. He says Aaron Rodgers, 3,800 yards. Might as well say 3,900. 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Josh Allen, 3,700 yards, 28. Jody, now you know you my boy. The fedora and the cigar, and you stepped out last weekend, and I gave you all the praise.
You was clean, baby. You was clean.
I told you was cleaner than a Board of Health, Jody. But are you comparing Aaron Rodgers with Josh Allen right now?
I think that's what he's doing.
Y'all go check on Jody. Are you at the
Josh Allen is basically Aaron Rodgers without a championship. That's the same. Aaron Rodgers ain't.
So let me bring my moms into this before I get back to fighting with Jody about this. Because Jody, don't get us sidetracked, but are you telling me that you can plug Aaron Rodgers into the Buffalo Bills offense right now and they do the same as they did with Josh Allen? Now, I don't know about That one.
Because you're taking away a lot of the running ability. Because you basically got 2 running backs out there when you got Josh Allen and Cook. Did they sign him yet? Is he still holding out for money?
I don't know. That's Buffalo. It's Buffalo. So like, it's Buffalo.
I know if you would have had a decent line and had Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback of the Steelers, they would have gotten past the first round of the playoffs. I will admit that.
Okay.
But it's the toxicity that he brings within any organization that he is involved in.
Right.
Even when they took Brady down to Tampa Bay, they had that defense around him and they had an offense plus the refs that kept him standing upright. You have
Aaron Rodgers not scrambling in the late in that game.
He ain't scrambling. If you have an elder statesman in at quarterback who is not mobile, you got to have everything around him to work. That's the only reason why Brady won, and the fact that Lyron threw the game at the end when he could have ran it in instead of throwing the ball away.
I totally agree. And you clean, my boy, Jackson. You clean, man. You're on your way to the Players Picnic. You need to get back on your podcast game, too. He had an excellent podcast. Jody says, not at all. AP Culture, man, you have my back today. Have my back. He said, I'm just saying. I mean, yes, Aaron Rodgers looked much better in December when the season was already like an afterthought.
Are you supposed to put Vic salve under your nose?
Put it in your nostril. Go on and whirl it around in there. Get it in there.
If y'all missed the beginning of the show, I'm under the weather. And I got everything I need here to feel better.
You're looking like Tweet over there. Oops, oh my. Where you touching yourself. I mean, this is a morning show. Now when your chest catch on fire, don't go crying. Let's stick with football. Okay, so let's say this. Cowboys and Steelers, who has a better record this year? Let's put a cap on that.
I mean, the Cowboys should have the better. Again, I don't think Pickens is the determining.
Mm-hmm.
Jody, we're not going to start.
That's Tweet. She looked over to the left.
Oops. I just don't think Pickens is the determining factor because the Cowboys organization is what's holding them back. It's not one player that's holding them back.
Jerry Jones is the greatest owner in the history of the NFL.
That is a lie. That's a lie. He ain't never been so thin.
You better be glad I'm driving fair. We want the smoke. All right. We climb up the chimney, as one John Morant said. We climb up the chimney. Now, Jody, come on, Jody.
I mean, hey.
Come on, Jody.
Hey, we got to see what the Giants gonna do. They got 5 or 6 quarterbacks. You got Malik Neighbors out there. You got the new, we don't know what his jersey number is, the old 11.
Right. Just get Mark Gastineau's jersey since he played for the Jets.
We don't know what the Giants going to do.
Now, I agree with the 7-10 for the Steelers, but you need to flip that around and we need to make that 10-7 as the basement.
I mean,
I'm saying 12 wins.
I can see the Cowboys going 10-7. I really can. But again, that's their status quo. It doesn't have anything to do with Pickens.
Now, Martrice says, put it in your nose, on your nose, and cover your feet in it and put some socks on. Thank me later. She is the Vic's queen. We call her Michael Vick. So,
Martrice Vick.
Right. Now, Melanie. I thought we was right here, Melanie. E2 Brute?
Yeah.
Like this, Jody, I'm being ganged up on by the ladies. I need to tag you in, bruh. Let's change topics so maybe y'all can agree with me because the Cowboy hate here is just unacceptable.
It's not the Paul. Again, the last few years I have picked them to win the division. And
that was on purpose to sabotage.
No,
them.
What did they do? They sat on my face and took a poop.
Eagles 13-4, Commanders 11-6, Cowboys 7-10, Giants 5-12. Now look, this is pre-training camp. Jody's in his bag this morning. Had a good night's sleep. Jody, have you been to bed? I know you be doing all night. Are you a pimp? What you doing all night? I think he a pimp because he had the cigar and the shoes and the hat.
Jody, you was clean, man. You was clean.
Backhand these. This is what I want to know. Like, is it a strong hand? Is it a? I digress. You do have a request as we move on. Jody, this is a morning show. He says he's at work right now. What do you, Tommy? Just what the hell do you do, Tommy? Tommy, what the hell do you do? Put them behind here like white diamonds. Melanie, I thought we was here. I know you got a Cowboys fan in your family. Everybody has a Cowboys fan in their family. Everybody. Now Justin is going to bail me out. He says the Cowboys got a better chance of people picking them to win from wishful thinking than they do of a prayer of actually doing it. Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
I was rooting
See you in October, Justin.
No, I was rooting for you, bro. I was rooting for you in life. I was rooting for you, bro. This is how y'all do me. Like he's a pimp named Flickback. I am so disappointed in Melanie and Stiana. I'm disappointed in Jody with his 7 and 10 foolishness. What the hell is going on around here? Let's get out of this. Tasha, okay, you win that round, but I'm gonna be back. We got a few more other rounds. There is a love triangle going on up on Chapel Hill that's getting weirder and weirder by the day. So we got Bill Belichick, Jordan Hudson, and the University of North Carolina. I think the song said, "You, me, and he. What we gonna do, baby? What
I don't want to let you go. No.
What we gonna do, baby?" My sister Cheryl and brother Chris, long before the Titans ever came right here. I ain't never letting go of my Cowboys. They the first love. That first love. You always remember that first love. You gonna sing that real quick? My first love.
My voice, I could say silhouette of a perfect frame.
All right.
Shadows of your smile. I can't sing, y'all. My voice, I'm sick.
I'll tell you who's singing. That's Jordan Hudson's camp, and I'm gonna back up and get there because they singing. So Tasha, yesterday, we get multiple outlets reporting that North Carolina had banned Bill Belichick's Boomer Boo, aka Jordan Hudson.
Stop. I know you just didn't say Boomer Boo.
She's the Boomer Boo.
You gonna do this show by yourself.
I am not. You're gonna get through this MJ
I'm
game.
not laughing. I can't. I'm gonna hack.
You're gonna get through this. So the Boomer Boo was banned from the football facilities in North Carolina. So I'm sending it to Tasha. We're going back and forth, and then a little bit later, she sends me a retraction that says, "Wait a minute, North Carolina has put out a statement saying, whoa. Matter of fact, I got it right here. Let me read the statement. It says, while Jordan Hudson is not an employee at the University of Carolina Athletics, she is welcome to the Carolina football facilities. Jordan will continue to manage all activities related to Coach Belichick's personal brand outside of his responsibilities as Carolina football coach." Tasha, there's 2 words in there I want us to parse. Personal and outside sounds like not inside the facility. Tasha, what's going on here with this love triangle? Please help me decipher this.
You know what that reminds me of? It's almost like the University of North Carolina is Roger Goodell. The UNC emblem is the shield, and they're going to protect it at all costs. Because
go ahead. You cooking. Go ahead. I like where you're going with this. Go ahead.
Now, see, because I told you, I said, I'll elaborate on this on the show.
You did. Look, I got my popcorn. Let's go.
They can't tell him who he can and cannot date. You can't do that. But when it comes to the name of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, which is a prestigious university in itself, one of the hardest universities to get into, they're not going to have something like this to sully their brand.
Okay.
And her coming up there doing all that stuff, that embarrassing interview on CBS, you're not going to embarrass the Tar Heels.
And you blew up the Hard Knocks.
The biggest name in sports is tied to North Carolina, and that's Michael Jordan. And you're not going to ruin that.
Now they have survived some scandals, but for the most part, they've been Jello being nailed to a wall. Like nothing has ever really stuck to them, but Jordan in the corner against Georgetown, sinking that 10-footer from the baseline, and then everything that's gone on from that with Dean Smith and Roy Williams, and even the football program had some great years under Mac Brown here and there. Tasha, I think her camp leaked that, so they would have to go out and retract.
No, I don't think her camp had anything to do with that. I think what Belichick, to be honest, I don't know what Belichick is doing, but I think
what he's doing.
But I think she's getting bigger than her britches. And like I said, they all want the clicks, they want the likes. She probably thought because he was Belichick and people let Belichick do whatever the hell he wants, that she would be able to do whatever the hell she wanted to. And I think it has started to rub people the wrong way. And they probably started.
Okay.
Rub you the right way.
Stroke, dum, dum, dum. Apply with tenderness when I stroke, dum, 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 and rub you the wrong way. All right, so they've gone full Johnny Gill down. Look, Tasha, MJ, always better than Carter. I'm glad it's you, Carter, because I would have got on Stephanie for that. Carter, I know that's you, buddy. Your mama told you that, and we got you some LeBrons for Christmas, so let's not do that. Tasha, do you really think that, like, in your heart of hearts, that Belichick would choose this woman over North Carolina if push comes to shove?
I mean, he chose her from that ad, didn't
he? Touche. Now, every 5 or 10 minutes or so, we need you to do another rub for Jody. So we need a chest pat to keep Jody engaged.
It's going to last so long because this foolishness only lasts as long as you're winning. If Carolina doesn't start producing, because they've gotten some nice transfers in there. Yeah. I'm looking at some. They got their top 5 in transfers and everything.
Yeah.
But if those transfers don't produce wins, it's only so much rope they're going to give Belichick.
Right, and they do have an easy schedule. So I think just now it's hard to predict in the offseason with the transfers. To your point, there's so many transfers that go on that it's hard to gauge a team's talent level in the spring like we used to in years past. But they have an easy schedule, and I think that there should be a lot for 8-9 wins. They should be relevant. Bill. Like, this is a bad way. Tasha, if I was in the DR and I moved there and you give me a hookup to work with your old job and I'm already cutting up and they telling you, like, I don't know if he should be up here no more. That's just a bad look. It won't be long before you're lumped in with me.
Like I said, I know Carter's listening, so I'm going to keep it cleaner. I said that mouth and that other area is juicing at the lips.
I think you said squirter, but we're gonna digress on that. Carter went to go heat up his ramen noodles. Now, Jarrell says, I don't think the Cowboys have the leadership to handle a player like Pickens. Yes, they do. His name is Michael Parsons.
What Michael gonna do? Get on his podcast?
Yes, he is. And George Pickens wants to win. If Coach keep a job, do his hands like this to you, bro, you a lost cause. Coach keep a job ain't trying to keep a job no more. He's out of there. Yeah, Farrah, they banned her. She's out of there. Hell yeah, P powered now. Ask Samson about that P power.
Belichick went on that ad. He saw her. The first thing he said, "What that mouth do?" That's what he said.
How do I get out of that one? Well, her mouth does enough for $8 million worth of real estate, and so for that. Bill Belichick, it ain't tricking if you got it.
Like I said, she ain't hustling backwards. She went out there, she played the part. She went out there, she wasn't just looking cute. She was in there, hands and knees on the ground, doing what she needed to do to get where she needed to be. And it wasn't just out there looking pretty until it was time to step out.
Now, everybody above the age of 15 has been whipped, whether it's physically or emotionally. You've been in that whip zone, and Bill Belichick, man, good for him. Like, if he can have one more run at the I'm whipped zone, then I'm good with it. At 73.
You got me whooped.
Right. Wait, Pickens wants to win. He was winning in Pittsburgh. Dallas had a losing record. Can I interest you in the 36 wins in the 3 years prior to last year before our starting quarterback went down, Jody? You watch a lot of football.
But what happened when the starting quarterback was in there? I'll wait.
You watch a lot of football, Jody. We went to Pittsburgh and beat them with Dak.
But what happened? How far did Dak? And this ain't no plank.
Don't exert no energy. Don't exert no energy.
How far did that get you?
Jody said you didn't marry him for his cooking.
What's this I hear all around all about you getting whipped? You whipped that.
You didn't marry me for my cooking.
It was like, my parents, man, they been in there for an hour. He was like, what they doing?
That's the way he said it. He was like,
he was like, your parents been in there hitting it. He was so embarrassed.
Hey, just like Bill, if you can still get it while the getting is good. That's what Too Short said. Get it while the getting is good. Now, Jarrell checks in. Sold on Sports. A wise man once said, the one you going in is stronger than the one you came out of. Bro.
Now, if I would have said that, y'all,
I would have banned you. Like, the thing is, I didn't proofread that, Tasha, and that's on me. All me for real. That was on me. Jarrell, bro.
Thank you, Jarrell, for letting my inner, speech out. Because he would have cussed me out if I would have said it.
Like, now, Shamika, jump in here. Like, I don't see why I'm not seeing your comments. It's popping up, but I'm not seeing it in the comment chat. Right, Stephanie, come on. I hope that was Carter saying that. Just say no, Carter. Bro.
I mean, again, I'm not mad at him for doing what he want to do. If it's making him happy, what Sheryl Crow say, if it makes you happy, I'm all for it. But
if you get Thriller clothes, as long as you ain't
Carolina said, bro.
North Carolina's gonna pull the plug on this.
William Belichick Inc. was over there. If she want to come, like, you don't even see Steve Sarkisian's wife out there doing all of that. And they was going through a divorce.
Right.
And she was still out there supporting, and you did not see her or hear her until the game was over.
They're going through a divorce?
I think they're trying to get back together. You know, I'm a fan of Sark, baby.
The hypocrisy is just unbelievable. Let's move on to the NBA. And Shamika, like, log out, log back in, because I'm seeing a notification pop up that you're sending a comment.
Hey, we skipped something, didn't we?
No. We no, because we got stuck in that because y'all started hating on my Cowboys, and I had to
defend I thought we was gonna. You said something in the script
about the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, Tasha, you said something last week that I'm starting to see play out in real time. This week, like last week, you were alluding to the fact of, okay, so it was all fun and games, and people were like wanting to watch Shedeur fall and saying that he's all about clicks and he's all about this and he's all about that. But then the second he lands in Cleveland, and I'm seeing it especially this week, 90% of the NFL post that comes from their account is Shedeur Sanders. I haven't seen Cam Ward. I haven't seen Mason Graham. I've seen a couple of Travis Hunter, but I haven't seen any of Ashton Genty, none of them. This is Shedeur walking to his locker. This is Shedeur getting out the SUV. This is Shedeur putting conch in his hair in the afro. This is Shedeur painting his toenails. This is Shedeur putting in the Krispy Kreme with the hot sign on. This is Shedeur throwing a 5-yard crosser with no defenders around. This is like, this is the apology tour. Y'all owe, all of y'all, not Tasha, all of y'all owe Colorado an apology for saying they were all about clicks. Because now that the NFL sees what Shedeur Sanders' effect does for their brand, now they're doing the same, following the same script. Tasha, take your victory lap.
Especially Cleveland. I sent you that. If you put side by side, what's the guy they drafted?
Dylan Gabriel?
Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders.
They look like Arnold and Willis.
Don't even look at the likes. The engagement for Shedeur is way far and above the engagement for the other guy.
Right, and not just Dylan Gabriel, Cam Ward as well.
Yeah, but again, like they said, everybody is all about the clicks, just like Bill Belichick's girlfriend, just like the NFL, just like the Cleveland Browns. When I went on their page, that's all they had. It was Shedeur. Shedeur throws this, Shedeur does that. Now, these are the rookies. The veterans are not in camp. Maybe when the veterans come, it may switch up, but then it's going to be, well, who got the first team reps? And when Shedeur got in, this is what they did. And the clicks are just going to be phenomenal.
We're seeing Caitlin Clark all over again, to where he swallows up everything, veterans included. Now,
but that's what I'm just hoping. I just hope that they do him a square and don't say we still gonna make an example out of you. Like they are literally the organization that will cut off their nose to spite their face.
I think that the is it Khan or Han? Is it the Khan family, the owners?
No, the Haslams.
The Haslams. Okay, the Haslams. I'm thinking of Khan. The Haslams. The Haslams are seeing that engagement. What kind of engagement? Jody, you know this. You're a fan. He's talking about some get off y'all page. No, you love it, Jody. You love it.
Jody, if you go on Twitter, that's all that's trending.
Jody, let's call Cap right now. You love it. You love being the trending topic after 2 years of us talking about Deshaun. Put me in a tub of baby oil Watson.
Freak nasty.
And talking about all the quarterbacks that y'all ran through.
Like a Diddy party.
I couldn't think of a good one. Way to catch that lob. Way to catch that lob. Y'all are getting positive stuff. Now, people are fighting in the comments. But you're at the top of everybody's algorithm right now, Jody, and I know you love it. You're a content creator, for goodness sakes, Jody. You know you love that. Let's not do that. Attention, the most dangerous drug in America. Now, that's a bar.
It is.
That's a bar. There's nothing to debate there. That's a bar. Following him to catch a mistake, a hot mic. Oh,
that is. They're waiting for him to fall so they can say, see why we took him at 144?
Because the two people who are not promoting the Shador agenda are Shador and Dion. He's been quiet. It ain't him talking about, oh, my son this, my son that. This is the NFL promoting their own stuff with Shador at every turn. He's at the red light. He's pulling into the facility. Oh, well,
And you know another thing that's ironic too. Go on to Tampa Bay Buccaneers Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Who they talking about?
The Sanders effect.
Shiloh.
Now, Stiana, you're not alone. She got me calling him that too. Just like Farrah got me calling your girl Brick Barbie. This is hey, Tasha, they had a new one last week. It was Van Grandma. Talking about Van Liv. They call her Van Grandma. That was good.
Y'all gonna get up off that little girl.
That was good. I had to ask him, why y'all calling her Van Grandma? I digress. All right. So, Tasha, you take a victory lap there because you said this was going to happen, and it did happen. I'm seeing it play out in real time. And Jody, it's okay to be happy. Remember when you had new shoes on and you wanted everybody to see them, but you didn't want to point them out? You didn't want to just say, hey, y'all, I got on new shoes. So you would stand up in front of people and just kind of wait for them to look. That's what Jody's doing with Cleveland right now. You got some new shoes on. They clean. Some crispy, fresh whites. Just let us
fresh
enjoy
white
it.
bricks.
Right.
Ain't got a crease in the toe yet.
Ain't even got a crease in the toe yet. So Jody, enjoy this summer. Because at least they ain't talking about the other stuff that used to go on in Cleveland. But speaking of Cleveland, Tasha, it ain't all good in Cleveland. Let's transition to the NBA. The second round is in full swing, and it's been topsy-turvy. The Cleveland Cavaliers, number 1 seed, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 1 seeds, are both fighting for their life. They're both in Gail's studio.
I'm fighting for my life.
Tasha, Cleveland picked themselves off the mat last night. They down 0-2. They go into Indiana. And they win a critical game 3. Spider-Man Mitchell averaging 40 points a game. First, or second player in the history of the Cavs to score 40 points and 5 rebounds in back-to-back games. I'll let y'all guess who the other player is. We'll just leave that right there. But they're down 2-1 with a huge game coming up tomorrow night in Indianapolis. Also, the number 1 seed OKC Thunder. They're down 2-1 to the Denver Nuggets after losing in overtime last night in Denver. So which number 1 seed are you more concerned with going forward, Cleveland or OKC?
OKC.
Really? Oh, do tell.
Because OKC is going up against a team that has won a championship. And Aaron Gordon has been playing lights out the entire postseason. I think Cleveland can get through theirs, but when I used to always say, oh, well, just because they won a championship, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think it does.
Yeah. Tasha, especially coming off a 43-point beatdown. Right. Are you breaking news, Soul? Are you breaking? Tasha, you do that. And Jarrell, we're going to come back to that. Cavs, baby. Farrah, you all over the place. Who's your real team? Don't Carolina, Charlotte got a team? Let me done.
Yep. Fresh out the press. It's retiring after 11 seasons.
Okay, so we're gonna jump back into that before the close. But so you're more worried about OKC. I'm more worried about OKC. One, because of what Jody said in game two. I think they were down 3 players. I think it was Darius Garland. It was DeAndre Hunter and the defensive player of the year. He was out as well. They were all back last night, and they took care of business. I'm not ruling out Halliburton though. That kid has been special. He had a rough night last night, but OKC. I told y'all. When I saw Jokic show up in that Joker suit, I knew it was smoke in the city. I knew it was some smoke in the city. With no playoff wins in. See, Jody's like, damn, man, this is a Cleveland show. This wasn't intentional. It's just the way that the timing broke down. But
mistake by the league and all the airtime.
Right. So glad you're on board to offer some additional insight on that. I agree with you. With no playoff wins in 11 years. Ooh. Wow. See, research, ladies and gentlemen. So we have those games. Tasha, let's go to today's games. Your New York Knickerbockers are hosting a huge game. Did you see the prices of those tickets in the Garden today?
They said it has gone up to one of them at one point was like $900,000. It has gone up to $100,000 per ticket.
Like, and this is going to be the BET Awards, the Source Awards, the CMT Awards, the Grammys, and the Oscars and the Met Gala all rolled into one in the Garden this afternoon. When the Boston Celtics come limping in down 0-2 to the New York Knicks. Tasha, Boston is the first team in NBA history to blow 20-point leads in back-to-back playoff games. And they're doing it by shooting themselves out of games with that damn 3-ball. Something that you lamented that was the reason why you wasn't watching the NBA in the regular season. Tasha, which team do you believe more? The Celtics that were up 20 in both games or the Celtics that blew those fourth quarter leads?
I'm believing the ones that blew them damn leads because y'all done did it too many times, just like my lowly Pistons. You can't have them fourth quarter collapses and think you're going to win. Right. It's not going to happen.
Right. I think that more is being made, maybe too much is being made of the collapse and not enough about the New York Knicks are just some damn dogs. It walked them down. Walked them down twice in TD. Walked him down. Big body Brunson, and let's give a shout out to Mikal Bridges. His defensive prowess in the fourth quarter of these games has been phenomenal. Jason Tatum, get your ass in that paint.
You know what? Stop. I'm not laughing. I can't.
Get your ass in that damn paint. Look, what the hell are you doing? Tyler Scorer will be the starting quarterback with the Saints. See, it could have been Shador, but y'all was playing games.
They was playing games. So y'all just out on Spencer Rattler all the way around?
Yeah, he got to roll with it.
I don't think Spencer Rattler looked that bad last year.
He didn't look that bad, but I mean, like, this is what y'all get, Saints. And Stephanie, you're a Saints fan, you in here, but damn it, this is what y'all get for not taking the quarterback more seriously. Now, Tyler Scorer, I mean, he's older than Carr, so he may be able to come in and plug and play. Yes, Spike Lee, oh yeah, he's gonna be orange and blued out. He's paying for one of them $1 million tickets.
But you know what? When you already got your season tickets, you get the playoff package. So
Tracy Morgan, go in there on an empty stomach. Don't be in there throwing up on court side on ABC today. Go in there. Jarrell breaking news on the show. Like, see, it takes a village. Is what I was taught back in the old school. To be Mahomes. That's enough. Tasha. Yeah. Okay. Now, Tasha, do the Celtics come back and make this a series?
I think they're gonna do a gentleman's sweep.
Damn, 5. I think Boston ties it up in the Garden. I think they tie it up in the Garden, and then they lose it in 7 because they can't win no game at home. AP checking in. She says the Knicks are playing like the old spirits running through that right because that's Charles Oakley and them.
Shouts out to Oakley, who probably won't be allowed back in the in the building, in the Mecca.
Right. Now, Jody agrees. He says, of course, Boston will win because that's the most New York Knicks thing ever. Is to go up 2-0 like they did against Michael Jordan when John Starks went baseline and dunked on Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, and MJ to go up 2-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals and then go on to lose the next 4 because MJ was just that dude. Yes, I gave MJ his props, y'all.
I can't believe it.
Now, I'm gonna use your line. I never said I didn't like MJ. I just didn't say he wasn't my guy.
That's a lie. He ain't never been so thin.
It's like, no. All right. I'm with Jody on this. I think Boston comes back and ties this thing up before it goes to a pivotal game.
I mean, everybody's out here talking about how what's his name is soft as dime store cotton. And they was talking about how his awareness at the end of the game, he should have known where he was because you had players in his position who wouldn't have made that mistake. Hey, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Oh, it's gonna be. The Garden is gonna be crazy bananas this afternoon. I think they missed the mark by making this a day game, though.
Yeah, no, it need to be hell so I can watch it.
Okay, I'll quit being selfish. Okay.
I was up trying to watch overtime hockey last night.
Hockey is getting down too. Shouts out to Winnipeg and Dallas throwing haymakers at each other. Stephanie, I do have faith in the Knicks. I think that they'll win the series in 7. Now I do. But I just don't. I think that they'll just lose the next 2 in New York because that's just the most Knicks thing to do.
That's the most Knicks thing to do. Look.
Oh.
What you say? They left you with the sticky sheets.
See, I didn't bring up no sticky sheets this week, y'all. I'm in my Mother's Day vibe because my mama's watching. Although, if she wants to have a sticky sheet or 2 for Mother's Day, send the family away to the movies and
stop.
Celtics versus Knicks used to be must watch. It just sure was, and it's great to see those 2 markets battling it out in the second round.
I just think this is the time for the Knicks to get over that hump.
You got to do it now. With that $5 million over the threshold roster you got, all those draft picks you gave away for Cat and for
and you know I haven't said anything bad about Cat, even though he was lackluster.
He is, but the thing is, he doesn't have to be that dude in New York. That's Brunson. Right. That's Brunson.
He needs to be a dude, and he's.
Denise, you rest up that ankle today. Don't let nobody get you on your good foot now. You rest up that ankle. We're praying for you. Let's see. Jarrell, there's a lot of light-skin hate coming from you, JG, for you to be light-skinned. I thought you were supposed to protect your own. You passed the paper bag test back in the 1800s.
Well, you know, oh boy, he parquet. He one of the Splash Brothers light.
Okay.
The parquet at the original Boston Garden.
He's worried about his S curl. Remember the S curl? You want to know who all had an S curl? All the brothers is bald today. That's all of us.
You said that shit took their hair out.
Where's the class action suit?
Like the one they trying to take out against the NFL because of Shador.
Right. We saw it, the If It Is a Love video and thought that we could all have the Johnny Gill. Should fill out.
Does Johnny still got a low cut? He got a little low taper fade, don't he?
Right, but his wasn't S curl. He had money. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tasha used to call him soft. She called him a kitty cat. I ain't gonna say that. Oh no! Hug your daughter through the screen. Hug her right now.
Y'all. She down there in critical.
Do a line of cocaine.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, we're not promoting that. No.
Okay.
She did tell me, however, that they changed the recipe in the oxy because the people who really need it can't really use it because all these fiends out here that's using the shit to get high. Right. Now they have oxy with acetaminophen in it. It doesn't have the cotton in it. Whatever.
Right. Okay, right. No, look, as we continue the soft theme, Melanie don't know. Melanie, have we made up, Melanie? I think we've made up. We're a few segments away from you hurting my feelings calling Jerry Jones a con man. Although one could argue that he's calling us season ticket holders. That hurt my feelings, Melanie, but I still love you though. And I love your profile pic. Nice glasses. Jody, we're gonna start calling you Morning Wood. Is that your new name? Tiger Wood and Morning Wood over here. Um, just right. It's missing the hydro. Now,
Oh,
your
he
mama got the
sustained
hydro.
a labral tear and also had significant degenerative changes to his rotator cuff.
His game degenerated too. I mean, that's just your mama got the hydro.
She said it's missing the hydro.
No, I said your mama got the hydro.
I sure do. I can't.
Right, Jody is out of control this morning and out on parole. Tasha, Golden State is without Steph Curry. They're down. They're tied 1-1 with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, Steph Curry is supposed to be reevaluated in a week, so we know he's going to miss games 3, 4, and 5. My question to you is, Tasha, will there be a game 6 for Golden State to play in if he's eligible to come back, or do they get one more of these next 3 without Steph?
I hope not.
You sick of them? I hate the Golden State Warriors. I said it.
It's not that I'm sick of them. I'm sick of Draymond, and I'm sick of that time. We need to get them up out the paint because I can't. Look, I'm struggling. These 8:30 games come on down here, and I'm struggling.
Goon Squad is in their bag today. I love it. And you're right. You're right. That's why I apologize for the Knicks deal because I'm planning my whole afternoon nap around that game. I'm gonna take a pregame nap.
Like I'm struggling. Y'all know I've never been a fan of Draymond Green ever.
Okay,
ever.
So what you saying that? Let me throw this to you. So Draymond, after his 11,000 technical play foul 2 nights ago, he's in the postseason presser or post game presser. Let me slow down. And he goes off on a rant of being portrayed as an angry black man to remind us that he's a good father. He's a good man, Savannah. He has a great family. He's a great basketball player, and he's sick and tired of him being portrayed as an angry black man. To Tasha, to that you say what?
You giving us all the ammo to make people think you are an angry black man. Now, in his defense, which is rare for me, people said they don't know if those comments were derived from what the fan said, because a fan did get escorted up out the arena for saying some racially charged things or whatever. But you sent me a montage, and I had already taken the montage. So you out here acting like a fool. There you go.
Right.
On Sabonis's little boy's chest up there in Sacramento, when you choke Gobert out like they did in Debo Bird coop, the pigeon coop. All these I mean, it's like.
Well, let's not forget Steven Adams. You kicked him in the ding ding.
Right, you kick Steven Adams in the ding ding, and it's like, I understand you trying to play hard, you're trying to play physical, but the way you're doing it is ridiculous. And somebody was like, "Oh, well, Bill Laimbeer did it, and it wasn't a problem." Yeah, but Bill Laimbeer wasn't out here kicking nobody in their balls.
No,
Bill Laimbeer wasn't out here.
He made a play on the ball. Except
if y'all went up for the ball, if Bill Laimbeer gonna take you and the ball down.
Right, and he's gonna stand there and square up with you afterwards. Like right. He ain't gonna call himself an angry white man or paint himself as a victim. Draymond,
right? He just kind of stand there and took it. Draymond wants to go to the ref and complain to the ref about why is it a foul and why am I fouling? Why y'all keep calling these fouls on me and that's bullshit and all this and all that. You're portraying yourself as an angry black man or as an aggressive black man by the way you're playing. Again, I'm here for the aggressiveness, but what you're doing is bitch shit.
Right. From one black man to another. Draymond, my silverback brother in arms.
Don't you believe it, mouth?
Don't you believe it, mouth? And don't Google what she means by that because you're gonna get us kicked off of Meta if you do. Draymond, nobody, black, white, Creole, Wakandan, I can't even think of a nationality, has ever called you an angry black man. We've called you a dirty ass basketball player.
Right.
Own that. Bill Laimbeer owned it. He says, we're the bad boys. I'm a bad boy. If you want to smoke, come find my chimney and then we can get it on. If you want to do it on the court, we can. If you want to go in the locker room, we can throw them things there. Bill Laimbeer was consistent and he owned wearing the black hat. After that first championship, he threw on a black fedora.
He sure did.
and told y'all this is what it is. This is what I do. Draymond, don't talk that dog whistle shit of trying to rile up black people to champion your cause, talking about you being portrayed as an angry black man. Like, no, we're not being used like that no more.
I mean, then you had Michael Wilbon on TV kind of going to his defense in a small bit. And I'm like, no, Michael Wilbon, don't fall for it because you too seasoned.
Right.
But Wilbon was coming more off of the aspect of being a black man and being portrayed that way.
But he'll be more sensitive to that because of the times he came up in, and that's to Draymond's point. Like he's trying
that's what he's trying to pull out of people. And I can't say this in hockey. The reason why they're allowed to fight in hockey is basically for entertainment value, and then they do know how to restrain themselves. After they fight, after they get you down, they normally get up and skate off.
Right. It's almost like fighting a sibling. Like if you ever got into a fight with a cousin or a brother or a sister back in the day, there were certain parameters that you fought within. You wasn't stomping them out until they was bleeding and stuff. You just knuckle them up a little bit and then you go on back to playing. Because
and the thing is, in hockey too, it's not as much trash talk. They're fighting you because you done check them into the glass.
Right. Or you check my captain or our leading scorer. And we ain't watching for this green.
Or we mad because y'all president out here popping shit and we gonna drop them gloves as soon as that puck drop.
Right. So this is one of those situations, and Stephanie, you really putting the bow on this, is that don't change the narrative on this. Don't. This ain't got nothing to do with white people or policy or anything. This got to do with you trying to intimidate the Houston Rockets when you was whopping them Jalen Green upside his head, and you're trying to do the same thing with a young Timberwolves team that ain't going. And I don't know if you agree with this or not, Tasha, but I find it awfully coincidental that you always have these outbursts when Steph ain't on the court. Why are you trying to get thrown out?
Again, look at the people who he's now. Okay, the kick to Steven Adams in the balls. Okay, but look at who he putting them actual physical bowls up on. It's against people who he think ain't gonna do. Because Steven Adams, if he did that to Steven Adams probably would have swung back on him.
Right, you kick anybody in the nards and they down for the count. Like that'll neutralize the biggest. He
does it on purpose. So that's what I can't get behind.
Right, and Draymond, quit trying to get thrown out of games when Steph ain't out there because you don't have your pick and pop partner, your dribble handoff partner to cover up all of your offensive deficiencies. You know that you're going to be asked to carry more of the offensive load if Steph ain't out there, and you're not equipped to do that. So you want to get into some fisticuffs, usually early in the game, to get tossed so he doesn't become the narrative of why they can't win without Steph. We see through it, bro. Minnesota, sweep these next three so we ain't got to see them no more this year.
And I need that time zone.
Right. As a matter of fact, I'm glad both of the LA teams are out. Let's get the San Francisco team out. Let's keep this shit Midwest and Eastern.
I mean, the mountain zone is kind of but
yeah, we're different with the mountain zone because Colorado used to play us with them late ass games too. Like Colorado be coming on at 10 o'clock on ESPN. I stay up for Coach Prime. I will stay up for Coach Prime. So Tasha T. Sizzle, we have a special Mother's Day edition of T. Sizzle's Top 5 as it makes its pre-summer return. We're still in the spring. So Tasha, in honor of Mother's Day weekend over here in America, let's get your top 5 TV moms. I'm curious to see how this list shakes out.
Okay, I have Florida Evans.
No, she does not belong on the list, but keep going.
She does.
No, she
kept that family together over in Cabrini Green. She did. I mean, I always thought she did try to hold James down, and JJ could have made that money that time, but she was mad about that, said it was a wino in the house, and it wasn't. It was Black Jesus. And anyway, next, one of my favorite shows from Modern Family is Claire Dunphy. Y'all, that was the funniest damn show.
Modern Family is good.
Next, I have Rebecca Pearson. If y'all watch This Is Us, oh my God. I tried to go back and watch it and I couldn't because I just kept tearing up about how This Is Us is so good.
Oh, that
sounds good.
Deep. Okay.
I have one of your favorites, Rochelle Rock.
Yes. My favorite.
If that wasn't a sit your ass down before I beat you, mama.
She was the best.
And then my favorite one, and this is just a funny take. Martrice will feel me on this one. It's Sophia from Golden Girls.
Picture this. Italy, 1936. Hey, she used to light Rose ass up, didn't she?
Y'all, Sophia Petrillo.
Wasn't she the youngest actual person on that cast?
Yes, she was younger than all of them, I think.
Yeah, they made her out to look super old. Okay. Now, well, I have to push back on Florida Evans. Her husband faked his own damn death to get the hell away from her.
But she gave us such quotable lines as damn.
No, the thing when she said damn, she knew what it was because he said, now Florida, I ain't gonna tell you no more. You keep on fumbling these bags I got. Look, he found that money. Couldn't keep that money. The what's her name? Had found a football player, but the JJ tripped him like she was a black cat. Like, no. Like
okay,
she was way too sanctimonious.
We'll put Mama Payne on there.
Mama Payne is number 1 on my list. Okay, because she called her Applehead.
Applehead?
Mama Payne. No, he wasn't killed at work. No, he got killed on the train track or something, didn't he? He got killed in Mississippi.
He was out west working and got killed at work.
No, he was in the South. He was in Mississippi on a train.
I don't think so. They called her. They was all happy.
They called her, but he was in Mississippi. He was in the South when he died.
Oh, no, I got it saved on there. I'm
save it. We'll Google it. Hold on. Let's see. Google how
did James Evans die?
James Evans die on Good Times.
Anytime you need a payment.
Okay, he died in a car accident. The episode where the news of his death is revealed in the 2-part 4th season premiere. The character was now they getting it was a car wreck, but I could have sworn he was in Mississippi. Yes, he was in Mississippi, setting up a new business opportunity at an auto repair shop. Yeah, he was down there in Mississippi. Now you do know what? Thank you. See, AP, no, AP's like, wait a minute. Now, y'all, I got a conspiracy theory. Let me put on my full hat, Tasha. Now you know these two characters very well. I want to connect these dots for you, okay? He faked his that don't work because of the timing of the movies. No, but yeah, he faked his death, and Florida wouldn't let him keep that $5,000, knowing they was dead ass broke. She didn't want to have a black Jesus in the house. She was always taking the high road when they didn't have 2 wood nickels to rub together. And so she don't make the list. All right, so my top 5 TV moms. Number 1 is Rochelle Rock. She's my favorite. If you want to just look up a black TV mom or the most realistic mom from that era, the 80s, that's her. Number 2 is Mama Payne, Applehead, just her antics. The way that when they killed her bird, Mama Payne, that was the best episode.
Before you finish, I left. You know how I always have to say we retire certain people. Claire Huxtable's retired.
Okay, so she's okay. So we got her retired. So that was my conspiracy theory, Jarrell.
He said to go to move to McDowell's.
He took that money.
Hey, Olio.
He hooked up with Lenny. Got some stolen goods.
Hey, Olio.
He came up. He was like, "Shit, these kids is grown." Michael in high
school. They say
now.
his wife. He didn't have no wife. That's what he said. Left that woman down there in Cabrini Green in the projects.
But then she wouldn't even let the other dude help out. What was his name? Carl? What was his name?
Yeah, that man used to like her.
Florida was toxic. All right. So we got Mama Payne. So Claire Huxtable is retired. All right. Next up is Peggy Bundy. Peggy Bundy was a housewife of a shoe salesman. And she walked around all day in high heels and Spanx.
Eating bonbons
and smoking cigarettes and not doing a damn thing.
And he sold shoes, y'all. Shoes.
The lack of teamwork there with her. And she's keeping up mess with the Darcys next door. So she's there. She's there. Love her. And since Claire Huxtable is retired, I'm going with Tasha from Power. Fantastic TV mom. If you know, you know. Tasha, who you shouting?
I'm just saying she could have did a few things different. She could have let Ghost do what he wanted to do and come on up out that dope game. But
she wanted him to be a drug dealer, though. That was the only part that she kind of started the whole downfall.
He wanted to come up out the dope game and be legit.
He wanted Angela. That's what he wanted.
Well, Angela was supporting his dream.
Right. See, that goes back to a conversation that your boy Paul Pierce had earlier this week that we do not have time to get into. But Powell was trying to tell y'all, women, we don't want to hustle no more.
Every day I'm hustling.
But Angela was a hoe too, though. So let's just, she was no queen. So let me not try to.
She was a home wrecker.
Right, an admitted one. Why is it that you ever notice? No, see, I don't want to open up. But you ever notice how the side piece will kill you for cheating when they met you? You was married.
Like, why you mad?
Why is the side piece mad?
You know what it was when you signed up.
Right, side pieces in the chat. Why do y'all get mad when you're messing with a married?
You know what? This fool done said side pieces in the chat.
If you want a side piece in the chat, send it privately. You don't have to put it in the publicly in here. But why do y'all get mad? All right. Tasha, who you shouting out this week?
I'm shouting out one Mr. Travis Hunter.
Yes.
Y'all's boy graduated 3.79 GPA from Colorado.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Whether the grades was inflated or not, he's the only one that walked across that stage. Yeah. And shouts out to yet another player from Jackson State that actually telephoned him. And Coach Prime took the FaceTime, and he graduated from Jackson State as well. I don't know his name. Shouts out to the surgeons that did my baby's ankle. Steph, I bought it with me. Because they sell it down here, Steph, and it's like $8 a tube down here.
It's called Victor's down there.
You know what? It is not. Sasha had a litany of surgeries, y'all. That's the list. I can't even pronounce some of that stuff. On her ankle.
She can go rehab the back down here.
So shouts out to the surgeons. And shouts out to the people over there in Rome.
Yes.
For going ahead and giving us a pope and didn't drag it out. That white smoke came billowing out. And he from the Chi-Town. Chi-Town. Didn't cut your ball. Nothing.
We're going to have a new season of the Chi. An American Pope. Shouts out to Pope Leo. And with this face up here, I want to give a shout out to my mother, Angela Phyllis Coulter. Don't use her government name, but today I will, for just being just an awesome mom. I know everybody says their mom is the best, but damn it, I got the microphone right now, so I'm going to say mine is the best. I want to sum up Mother's Day with a quick story about AP Coulter. So I was in 8th, 9th grade. I was playing junior pro football. The Country Gentlemen Cobras were in the last game before the championship game in the playoffs. My mama had never missed a game in 2 years. She had surgery though earlier that week, and she was down. She was bedridden. And so my dad, my brother took me to the game. We went out there. It was freezing cold on a weeknight, and we win the game. I scored a touchdown. As I'm walking back to the car, I see headlights, and when I get to the car, a sick, recovering woman is sitting in the car watching the game in the cold rain because she didn't want to miss her baby's playoff game. Now, I'm telling y'all, like, that's love right there. That's like, when you think about the selflessness of a mother. AP Coulter, damn it, happy Mother's Day to you. My sister Stephanie Coulter, all the great mothers out there as we see the happy Mother's Day coming in. Tasha T. Sizzle, to you, happy Mother's Day. And on the 25th, I'm going to wish you a happy Mother's Day again. Are you doing anything for Mother's Day as the happy Mother's Days roll in?
No, probably take my mom out to probably go eat brunch. You know, the typical thing.
Right. Okay. Right. No, Tasha was right. And she slept with the driver. She wasn't. Now you know the Pope is strapped under those garments. All right, so I stand up.
That ain't no myrrh. That ain't frankincense. That's a piece.
Damn it. We got through a whole album without me breaking character. I love you too, Mama. Tasha T. Sizzle, as we venture off into this Mother's Day weekend here in the States, take us up out of here.
Vamos Azul.
Go Blue. Make sure y'all catch Against the Grain and our take coming up after us. Sometimes they come on at the same time, so use one on your laptop, one on your phone, and
I
we
think
support on
it
both sides.
was coming on at 7:30.
Oh, 7:30. Okay, so they want to wait till the Knicks final come in. All right, I ain't mad at that. So make sure y'all continue.
Favorite, y'all come. Oh, favorite probably gone. They coming on today.
The world we live in, the Pope probably needs to be. Now that's the mic drop right there.
Steon, he need to have a.
Like Arnold in Terminator 2. Goon, tick, tick, goon, tick, tick, goon. I told them in the chat they ain't running up on this Pope. He know what to do and how to do it. We out of here, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Happy Mother's Day. Love on your mothers. Call your mothers. Send your mothers something. All right. Well, I love you, mama. We out of here. Peace.